How impressive is it that George Kittle can put together this entire event?
Yeah, it's huge. As you said, for George to have a vision of bringing other tight ends together, of really being able to share information, educate each other, and just get better.
How much can you get from an event like this where you're thrown to a bunch of different guys?
Yeah, it's just a great workout for me. Obviously, just needing to throw anyways, getting to come out here and throw to such elite guys and different body types, guys that run different. Really just challenge myself a little bit. I always say a good quarterback can make anybody catch the ball, and so had some fun challenging myself to do that, learning some new personnel, some new guys, and it's fun. I thank these guys for allowing me to come out.
And the technique that they're teaching in the huddles and stuff, how much does that help you, getting those minute details really dialed in?
Yeah, well, I think the reason a tight end is a quarterback's best friend is because you communicate so well and you're on the same page and understand each other. So just me being able to use this as a resource to learn the tight end position even further, and not only that, to speed up my process with Jake, but to really be able to invest in what I'm learning out here to give to these young tight ends like Schoonmaker, some of my guys back in Dallas, to elevate their game and to make sure that they're getting as better and getting up to the speed of Jake as fast as we can.
All right, big quarterback contracts were done this offseason. Does that make you look forward to what's ahead for you?
I love playing football, and what comes with it comes with it.
I'm telling you, man, you truly got to appreciate what Dak Prescott represents, not only as a football player, but as a leader as well. Dak said, I don't care how mad y'all got last time I gave y'all an answer like this, I'ma say it again. I'm standing on business. I love playing football, and whatever comes with it, comes with it. I think Dak and his team has gotten his general answer down as it pertains to any more questions about his contract and whether or not he's peeking around and seeing the other contracts getting thrown around for the other quarterbacks in the league. But honestly, what's funny about this answer is this is literally the same thing he told us last time he was asked about his contract, except this time he was a little bit more short and concise and more direct, and I highly doubt that this statement can get twisted and construed the way that the last statement was when he simply said, I don't play football for money, I play it for the love of the game. People wanted to make a big deal about this dude saying this so that they could use it as a reason to call him a liar, essentially, and say, oh, he's lying. He is playing for the money, as if they know this man's motivations in life. But he stood on business. He didn't back down from that answer. And the reporter here, she did her thing. She thought she was slick. Dak wasn't giving her any breaking news or anything here. He simply told her, I love playing football. What comes with it comes with it. And that is an answer that nobody should have an issue with. But more importantly, I love everything about seeing Dak Prescott at these offseason events, especially when it has anything to do with football, because what that tells me is this dude is immersing himself in the game damn near year around. He continuously is doing things to get better. They talk all the time about Dak Prescott being a student of the classroom and how great he is at taking some information, taking it in, and being able to actually use that information on the field after he learns what's going on. And all I can say is this: if the Cowboys don't want Dak Prescott, somebody is going to want this guy leading their locker room. Now, it's interesting that this was actually an interview done on 49ers Talk, which is a 49ers platform, and they were giving an interview to Dak Prescott. Now, I know Tight End University is a big George Kittle thing, but at the same time, it's just odd seeing Dak on a 49er platform like this, especially if it's not in a defamatory fashion. But either way, this just further goes to show that Dak Prescott is one of the top guys in the league. He's working with the top guys in the league year-round, whether it be a Travis Kelce or George Kittle. And the fact that Dak and Jake Ferguson were at Tight End University and they were able to soak in all of this knowledge and just be around football and get better at their crafts, this just gives me more hope and just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Now, as it pertains to Dak Prescott's contract, interesting stuff is going on with NFL players' contracts, specifically the quarterbacks. Recent reports have revealed that at least some NFL owners are becoming alarmed at the recent contracts for quarterbacks. The solution they are considering is a salary cap on the position. As of today, the top 16 NFL contracts by annual salary belong to quarterbacks. And I can tell you right now, that should absolutely not be the case. I understand quarterbacks are the most important role on the team, but some of these teams, their quarterbacks should not be their highest paid player. I'm just saying that. But only 3 of them have won a Super Bowl, with Patrick Mahomes being the highest ranked quarterback with a ring by salary. Quarterbacks are not getting contracts based on winning Super Bowls. I wish people would stop trying to make that correlation between whether you should give this guy a contract and if he has or will he win a Super Bowl. That is not how you evaluate whether or not you're going to give a guy a contract, bro. I don't know what fairy tale land you fantasy football fans live in, but you give a guy a contract if he's doing the damn job of the position that's being asked of him. If he's performing to a level that's at where you want him to be or above, you give him the contract. It's not about, will I win a Super Bowl with this guy? Because if that's the case, you'll either be giving everyone contracts or you'll be giving no one contracts, because we don't know. None of y'all are Miss Cleo. No one knows who will and who won't and when and how anybody is going to win anything in these sports, bro. So everybody needs to knock that stuff off. Paying these players is not based upon Super Bowl wins, projected Super Bowls, none of that. It's based upon their productivity at their position, man, as opposed to their peers. I'm just saying, bro, y'all gotta let that stuff go. But back to the topic here, NFL owners are not liking the direction that the salary cap is going, and they are trying to correct this a little bit. And Tua T is probably going to be one of the first victims of this, as I believe he has 2 years left on his contract. Now, obviously, any type of player salary cap can't come into play this season, but it could come into play within the next season or two. And if the Dolphins decide to let Tua play this next year out and then franchise tag him until they're able to get that salary cap put into place, then that's going to be tough sledding for Tua T. I'm just going to say that now. But it's just very interesting to me that as we see some of these numbers rise and you see the difference in which franchises are willing to just give players money and which ones aren't, it's just very interesting to me that all of a sudden these talks about player salary caps have come out of the blue. And actually, I think this is a good idea. You cannot get to a point in a sport where you have to have 53 men on a roster. You can't get to a point where one of those guys is taking up 33% of a team's salary cap. Okay, that's just being realistic. Now, obviously, the NFL is probably going to have to increase the salary cap a little bit. The NFLPA, if I were them, I would definitely be trying to negotiate to increase the total salary cap, get a larger percentage of that revenue sharing, so that way more of the money is going directly to the players. And then I might let them get the little cap deal off. But this is the direction that the league is going in, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to say this right now. If you're thinking that Dak Prescott is going to be subject to this, he's not. He controls his own future. He has a no trade clause. He can't be tagged or anything else like that. And he's going to be a free agent at the end of this season if a deal isn't worked out. So more than likely, he's going to be able to sign his massive contract before this even really comes into play. But this is just a very, very interesting note as it pertains to NFL quarterback contracts and the direction that the NFL is going in. But yeah, regardless of anything else going on, you got to pay this dude right here because he personifies everything that you want in a leader of your team, and honestly a quarterback if you know ball at all. Those of y'all that don't know ball, I just don't have anything for you. If you know ball, then you know what you're looking at with this guy, and you absolutely love seeing people immerse themselves in the sport and their craft the way that Dak Prescott has, and this is the reason he's going to remain one of the top quarterbacks in the league for a very long time. Till next time, we steal them same old Cowboys. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.